Today's Monday, April 21st, and this is an end-of-day review on a position I took this afternoon involving the ProShares Ultra Pro Triple Qs ETF, ticker symbol TQQQ, and as of today's close, the ETF ended the session at $41.86. So this is the chart layout at the weekly time frame. Each of these red and green candlesticks equals a week's worth of trading. This is the current candlestick for the current week starting on April 21st. So from this broad assessment, going as far back as July 2023, I've marked up this chart with a few reasonable support and resistance levels relative to the current spot price. And see, that price is now pretty much retesting this local support level of $39. However, this afternoon, I took a bullish position anticipating that this level will hold at $39. So this line is just a reference point as to where and when I took the long position. And the reason I was being bullish on this, because I'm using this new, well, I wouldn't say new, but I've used it in the past. It's called the Fibonacci time ratio, which requires 2 anchor points. So the first anchor point I'm using based on this entire pattern of activity, I'm using this candlestick here for the week of September 9th as anchor point 1, as this candlestick opened below this local support resistance level of $65, closed above it, and had follow through, ultimately hitting a yearly high of $93.79. So this is going to be anchor point 1 for this tool called the Fibonacci time ratio, this indicator right here. And the second anchor point I'm using for the opposite reason is this candlestick right here from the week of March 10th. And the reason why is because this candlestick closed below this support level of $65 and had follow through, pushing price all the way back to its current position here. So once that's pinned, this yellow line, I'm speculating, could be a time frame as to when price may start coming back up, retesting $48.93 resistance and possibly leading into $65 over the next few days or weeks. So with that, I did take that bullish position. Switching over to the trading tab, I didn't long the actual common shares of this ETF. I went long via option contracts. So right here under the option chain section of this dashboard, there's a flag position pegged to option contracts that will be expiring on June 20th, 60 days away from today. And down here at the bottom left are the details. So relative to the closing price of $41.86, I selected the $65 strike price. And as a buyer of option contracts and bullish, I'm on the call side. So again, to reiterate my position here, it's essentially speculation that price will come back up and retest this upper resistance level at $65 on or before expiration Friday for June 20th. Now, considering that the general trend right now is to the downside, I thought I would participate on this potential reversal, but also mitigating the risk. So at this point, I've picked up 3 contracts. All 3 contracts will go worthless in 60 days. My entry price is quoted at 52 cents. And based on the closing price, the premium has gone up. It's now valued at 64 or 65 cents, just rounding it up. And the P&L, the profit and loss of the ledger, is reflecting a positive balance of $37.50. And if I click on the timestamp here, I picked up these contracts heading into the afternoon session. So this is a good start for day 1 with 60 days remaining. Now that I've covered my bullish outlook on this ETF vis-a-vis the Qs or the NASDAQ, the last thing I want to touch on is the valuation for the cost of getting into these 3 contracts. So right here under, again, the option chain, there's a 100, right? As well as in the description of my contract. That 100 is akin to holding 100 shares of the underlying security. So the 3 contracts would be akin to holding 300 shares to the long side. So the multiplier is 100. Now my entry price is quoted at 52 cents. Multiply that by the 100 share multiplier. That means each option contract is actually valued at $52, not 52 cents. And picking up 3 contracts, at this point I'm risking $156 over the next 60 days or 2 months for the prospect of a trend reversal heading beyond the April 29th time frame. So that's about a week away. So again, while price is down here, I thought this was an ideal opportunity to enter that bullish position. So considering that there's 2 months remaining, I will pause it here and I'll update accordingly. So until something more significant does occur, more to follow. Today's Monday, May 19th, and this is a quick status check on the ProShares Ultra Pro QQQ ETF trade. As of today's close, this ETF ended the session at $71.64. So again, as I was anticipating based on this Fibonacci time ratio for April 29th, there was a probability that price was going to come back up and retest $65 resistance or on or around April 29th. And looking at the weekly time frame, price actually did that. So again, this white line down here is just that reference point as to where and when I took the trade. And fortunately or unfortunately, I did jump out of the trade today because now that price is above resistance, it's possible that price could consolidate here before continuing the uptrend, or the probability as well is that price could come back down just to fill this gap that was created. So here this week ended at $58.97, and this following week opened much higher at $65.85. And typically, whenever a gap is created, at some point in the future, price will reverse itself to filling a gap. So I'm not saying that price is going to spike to the downside just for filling this gap. But again, regardless of the market, whether it's the stock market, the crypto market, the futures market, the foreign exchange market, at some point in the future, price will reverse itself. So now that price literally exceeded my expectations, I did jump out of this trade. So switching over to this page right here. So the chart on the left is the ETF chart for TQQQ, but at the daily time frame, not at the weekly. So here we can see that price was trending to the upside since I entered that trade back on April 21st. And now that the markets is beyond expiration Friday for monthly option contracts, which was pegged to last Friday, May 16th, that is also another, or could potentially be a catalyst for the markets to pull back. So again, even though there's over 30 days remaining in the life of this contract, I did close this position out. Now the chart on the right, it's specific to the option trade. So right here, there's a last traded quote of $9.10. And right below that is a string of letters and numbers. This is the option chain or the ticker for my specific contract. And right here, the best way I can describe this string of letters and numbers are as follows. TQQQ is the ticker for the actual ETF that I traded. 25 is the year. 06 is the month of June. 20 is the expiration date. So again, this ties back to the June 20th expiration date for those contracts. And when buying an option contract in Bullish, it's on the call side. That's what the letter C is pertaining to. And the strike price is $65. The exact strike price I was holding, anticipating this break to the upside when I did this initial assessment. And just to show that this is the specific contract that I was holding, if I click on the gear icon and then show trades, there should be a confirmation bubble. So here's a confirmation bubble showing I sold those 3 contracts at $9.09, and my entry price, again, back on April 21st, was at 52 cents or $52 per option contract. So what I'll do is I'll provide a breakdown on the option trade, but I just want to show that I am out of this position. As a matter of fact, just to take a small position anticipating this potential reversal, I did enter a bearish position. So again, it's a much smaller position because, again, I thought there was a probability that price is going to come back down and revisit $65. So it's a small position. I'm not even going to show it. I mean, it's only one contract, but again, that's the bearish position I'm holding on the TQQQ ETF heading into the close of this week, but that's for another recording. Anyway, so the Fibonacci time ratio was, it worked out well. I was able to capitalize on getting into this position, heading into this April 29th time frame. And again, I am out of this position. If I open up Active Trader, the position is flat. Right here it says position is 0. And considering that the high is 910, I got out at 909. So the actual high is actually $9.35. So I was able to exit the trade as price was trending to the upside. So again, yeah, so that's the status of all things. Until the next trade setup, I'll see you.